Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name for Heavenly Father, Yahushai being named for His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone that taught us His truth and will well, and salutations to you, hopeful elect, pushing His truth in all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh, coaching our lessons through the spirit power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Give another update, end times, and events. Here comes an article that was posted up. Looks like it says, do they know something we don't? American Titans, Jeff Bezos, Leon Black, Mark Zuckerberg, Jamie Dimon, and Walmart's Walton family sell a staggering $11 billion in stock as billionaires cash out before looming election. American billionaires are selling stocks by the boatload, sparking fears of an impending financial disaster. Jeff Bezos, the third richest man behind Louis Vuitton's Bernard Arnault and Elon Musk, unloaded $8.5 billion in Amazon shares this month alone. Mark Zuckerberg, the fourth richest, sold out about 1.4 million Meta shares worth roughly $638 million. Jamie Dimon, chairman and CEO of JP Morgan, shelled $150 million this past week in his first cash out since taking the reins at the bank nearly two decades ago. Within days, Apollo Global Markets' Leon Black also enacted his first ever sale, shedding $172.8 million in his equity firm after 34 years. Walmart's Walton family sold $1.5 billion in a week, bringing its total sale proceeds to $2.3 billion since December. All right, man. They're cashing out big time, so hey, people are definitely on edge about this financial collapse that's to come, and they collapse in the US dollar. What are they doing all this for, man? And we got a big time major solar eclipse coming up next month, April the 8th. So that's always a omen of disaster and destruction. And we can't forget the one that took place in 2017. And there's been a lot of disaster and destruction since then. A lot of it, You had the whole C-19 epidemic that took place. There's been all sorts of things happening in the earth. It's just been getting worse and worse and worse. So we don't know, this could be definitely could be a sign that something's getting ready to take place real soon, in this election. We don't know how it's going to go, man, but it could turn very violent. There's talks of civil war, rumors of civil war. They got a movie coming out called Civil War. That's probably going to be a pretty good movie. I'm more about to check that out. But, you got everything's on edge, man. And the Bible speaks about a total collapse, and we're gonna get that within the scriptures. It goes into it, man. So money is not going to be able to save you, man. Money is not going to be able to save you in the days to come. Your bunker is not going to be able to save you. For these rich people that might be coming across this video, it's not going to save you either from the disasters to come. You can sell all you want. You can buy all you want. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, what's on the way is you got a third world war, total economic collapse. You have a thermonuclear destruction. And in the midst of that thermonuclear destruction and world war, you're going to have the return of the Heavenly Father, who the world eagerly calls Jesus Christ. He's going to come, and that sky's going to crack. And you're going to see that gigantic fathership that's going to be visible from every country on the planet simultaneously, man. It's going to be that massive. So, hey, we in these times, man. All hell's going to break loose. I'm talking martial law, civil wars, rape, robbed, and pillaging from people, breaking and looting in stores, kicking each other's doors and houses. You're going to have a starvation that's going to take place. People are going to be hungry for food. Their money is going to become deemed worthless. And they're going to have a tracking system that the government's going to come out, and they're going to put it in people's head, in their hands, and that's Revelation 13 and 16. Complete mind control is going to become with that. Altering your thoughts, mind-to-mind communication, and a kill switch. Take people out. So Earth is about to get bad, man. Little stuff like this, keep seeing reports, and I got something else I want to show. This is the U.S. debt clock. Live footage of the debt. Look at this, man. The U.S. national debt is over $34 trillion, man. And you see how fast it's rising? You see? Over the past few years, man, that shit is damn near doubled. This isn't getting any better. It's not going down. It's increased. I remember when I first started seeing this clock, it was like around maybe 20 trillion, maybe even a little less. And that was like, shoot, that's approaching 8 years ago. So look how much it is now, man. It's just increasing. It's not going away. So the only way that these countries can typically have been told that they have a chance of getting out of debt or is through the manipulation of the central bank systems that own all this debt. And what they do is they do controlled opposition, and they will send a country to war for somebody that they have targeted. They want their resources and they want to establish a central bank there, which one of those countries is Iran. Okay, so, and Iran's got allies. You can't get into Iran unless you get through Russia. You got certain countries, man, that don't have that established yet. I believe North Korea is another one that does not have a central bank yet. So, lo and behold, what happens to be America's top number one enemies. You see what's going on, man, and you got this war in the Middle East brewing up. All of a sudden, the small hats, which they have a central bank over there, all of a sudden they're rising up and starting to force Iran to get involved. And guess who's going to have their back? The U.S. So the pawns are now being placed and moved. So you people get ready for prophecy to be fulfilled. Look at the largest budget items. Look at defense and war. Gigantic, man. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. And the interest that's on the debt. I mean, this is just... Look at this, man. Look at the total U.S. debt. It's over 97... What is it? Oh my gosh, bro. Like, look at that, man. This place is finished, yo. This place is finished. So we're going to see a lot of things take place. Let's get some scriptures out, though. This is the book of Ezekiel 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of wrath of Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. All right, man. So they're just going to throw their money in the streets. And I had visions of this collapse, man. I remember having a vivid dream of basically seeing this warehouse. I was like basically shadowing what was going on. Like, I wasn't in the warehouse, but I was like kind of floating through to see, how you overlook things like certain perspectives, like in the movie, third person and things like that. It's basically how I was seeing everything. And I was going inside this big, gigantic, humongous warehouse, and it had been converted into a FEMA camp facility. And you had all sorts of prisoners in there, and it was like 3 different levels to it. On the bottom floor, you had people all wearing jumpsuits, lined up, walking through, in order everywhere. Another level was just completely chaos. Some of the people were out, and you had the 3rd level, people just basically killing each other, going wild. And next thing you know, I started looking at the floor and noticing the floor was covered in something. So with all this paper, I look closer. The floor on each level was covered in U.S. dollars and money. Okay, and then all of a sudden, all these people started kind of waiting back and forth, like all together simultaneously in one motion. And I noticed they were kind of singing. And they were in this delusional state of happiness. And they were all start singing and kind of chanting and, swaying back and forth. and a big ass creepy smile on their face, like that movie Smile. I don't know if you've seen that. They all had this creepy, sinister smile on their face, and like kind of laughing. I noticed there was some big metal trash cans in there, garbage cans, and there was fire in the cans, for heat, and they were using money as a fuel source. And on I believe the second level of the warehouse, where people were, as they were singing, they were taking money and wadding up into a ball and eating it, man. Eating it. So that goes to show that, people shall eat of their own ways, the fruit of their doings. They depended on money so much and setting their life on that instead of returning to the Lord. And next thing you know, all these people got caught up in the world that has a trap for you. Ultimately, they're going to snatch people up, round them up, put them in camps, man. Or they're going to die in wars. If you're not a soldier getting shot and dying in a war, you're not going to just be out walking around. They're going to make sure that you're either in the war fighting or you're in a prison somewhere that's going to be making parts for the war and being enslaved. Slave labor, man. And, it was like these people were being controlled. And I believe through the Spirit, a lot of them people had that charagma in their head, in their hand, which is why they were all swaying like rope, like zombies, man, like being controlled. And they had a smile on their face that had to been probably created by this thing in their brains, man. These people were hungry and, just eating cash, and there was just cash everywhere. It was all U.S. dollars, man. All U.S. dollars. The floor everywhere was covered in money. So your money's not going to save you in the days to come. You're going to leave. The Lord is there to save you. You can't put your whole heart and trust in the system. The system will fall. The system will crash. The system will fail miserably. It's not going to be able to deliver you in the day of wrath. Okay? All right, this is the book of 1 Timothy 6:17. It says, charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches. Right. For those of you that are rich in this world, you got wealth. You got to make it. Don't be all proud and think nothing gonna happen to you and start getting too comfortable in this world and start, bragging and boasting and showing off all that wealth. Nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. That they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. Distribute what? Distribute what? The love and the word of Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. Okay? Teaching his message, preaching, highways and hedges, supporting the ministry, spreading the ministry's word. That's how you communicate. It said, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life. A good foundation against the time to come. It says against the time to come. So that means that time to come is going to be adverse. Right? So you should have a good foundation. A good house can last forever if it has a great foundation to it. You can always make little minor repairs here and there and the house not going to fall down. If it got that solid foundation, it's going to last a long time. So you got to build your house on a good foundation. Your foundation has to be structured on the Lord, the protection of the Lord. You're only going to get that divine intervention and protection if you're serving him and you're believing in him. You call upon his true name. The Father's name is Yahweh and his Son is Yahweh Shai. You need to be telling people that's the real name. You need to be proclaiming his works and reading these scriptures and teaching these scriptures. Because the time to come is a time of evil. Of course, after the evil is going to be beauty and everlasting eternity, because Yahweh Shai is going to come back. Yahweh's going to use Yahweh Shai. He's going to come back and he's going to wake up his elect, and the kingdom is going to be restored and rebuilt. The kingdom is going to be put on earth as it is in heaven. As it is in heaven right now, in the heavens and spiritual realm, the kingdom is going to be physically built on this earth when the Lord returns. But before that takes place, great terror and destruction is going to come. And if you want any type of protection against that great terror and destruction, you got to have the Lord to have your back. Okay? It's the book of Mark 10:24. It says, and the disciples were astonished at his words, But Yahushua answereth again and saith unto them, Children, how hard is it for them that trust in riches to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh? Right, man. People that trust in riches, they think, oh, life is too good. Everything is going too great for anything bad to happen. That's the number one thought of these people that have made it and have wealth and success in the society. Have a great house, perfect lawns, perfect fence, land, nice fly-ass cars or SUVs. Maybe they got yachts. They're traveling everywhere. Got money to do it. This doesn't seem like they struggle at all when it comes to financially. They're meeting all these people. They're going to concerts and they're going to NFL games, or sports events, eating real good. It's hard for them to enter to the kingdom. It's hard for them to have any type of concern about this truth. That's the beauty about struggle. That's why sometimes you got to give thanks to Yahweh Shemi Shai. He puts you in the struggle because he allows the doors to open for you to pay attention to the Lord. And you can see the importance of this word. Those that are too comfortable, too wealthy, they think everything they did is good. They don't see any reason why they need to serve Yahweh Shemi Shai. They don't see any reason I need to call his name. Oh, I'm already good. A lot of them people, they don't even believe in the Lord because they got it too well. I did it. I did all of this. That's their mentality. But a lot of the people that got it like that, that's that far gone, usually those are the heathens anyway, typically Edomites. They're in their heaven right now. This is a low grade heaven too. Like compared to what's coming, this really isn't shit. You could think of the nicest mansion you ever seen, on the nicest resort, on the nicest island you ever seen. That's nothing compared to what the kingdom's going to be like, man. And when the Lord fixes this earth, whatever you think of as the most beautiful sight you've seen and places you could travel to, it's nothing compared to the kingdom of heaven. Nothing. So let them have this shitty side. This is the shitty side right now. They think they made it, they good, they happy, but this is really crap compared to what's coming, man. So you just got to trust and lay up your riches in heaven, man. It's the book of Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves treasure upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Right, man? So get your spiritual treasures built up, man. The Lord say, I go to prepare a place for you. So you want to catch his attention. I hope he keeps me in mind right now while I'm in this physical earth, that he's getting that planet for me. He's going to give you a whole planet, man. Got a whole planet built up for you. Or a real nice, luxurious island that's going to be built in store for you, when earth is built on earth, when heaven is built on earth as it is in heaven, man. When the kingdom is built. He's got a lot in store for us, man. So we're just waiting for it patiently. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Right? This place has the worst of the worst of everything that's evil and opposite of the Lord in the scriptures. This place has established it. The place physically called America. And it has spread that ideology amongst other countries too. All these countries that are Edomite ran, they do the same things. Verse 3 basically clears it up. It says, For all nations are drunk of the wine of wrath of her fornication. They adopted the ways. It says, And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. That transatlantic slave trade, and that Portuguese slave trade, and that Spanish slave trade over here in the Americas has made trillions and trillions upon trillions of dollars for these other countries. They've all got a piece of the pie over here. They've all benefited. All these other nations, these nationalities here, they've all benefited off the backs of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They came over here, they stole and committed genocide on all the Native Americans and the Latinos, enslaved them, and enslaved so much of them, they had to start the transatlantic slave trade to get some more slave trade. And then they get some more slaves to replenish how many they were wiping us out over here. And so they got the so-called Negroes over in Africa and did the same thing. Pillaged them and almost committed complete genocide on all of them, bringing them over here. And all that free labor they got, all these countries benefited off of it. All of them. Okay? That's why it says wax rich through the abundance of her delicacies. All these businesses have been established. Louis Vuitton, all these other fashion companies, these insurance companies, those all got started during slavery, man. Verse 4, and it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So that means spiritually you need to escape from this place, recognize you're in slavery, and don't be a part of this system and be a part of these wicked pagan ways over here and demonic satanic ways. So you don't be partakers of her plagues. The plagues are coming. I'm reading the plague. One of the plagues we're talking about today is the collapse, financial collapse and starvations, economic collapse, the whole system going down. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she had filled, fill unto her double. So think of all the things that this place has done in other countries, of the genocide and the wars, and completely ransacking a nation, slaughtering all those people, the rape, robbed, and pillage. That means all those things that this place has done, double is going to happen here. Double, man. How bad can you imagine? Think of Nam, the napalm, all the kids that were slaughtered and ravished and, molested and all that stuff, man. All that's just coming over here to America, double. You don't want to be a part of that shit, man. Verse 7 says, for how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Right? They think that nothing's ever going to happen on U.S. soil. You ask the average patriotic American, is anything going to happen on U.S. soil? They're going to say no. Flat out no. America will never go down. It's going to stay forever. That's what they're going to say. Brainwashed, man. Just gone. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Yahweh who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Right. So this place is going to be obliterated by thermonuclear bombs, destructions, missiles. A lot of countries are going to unload their arsenal on this place. And the smoke's going to go so high, the other countries are going to be, you're going to be able to see it from another country. You're going to see a trail of black smoke going up like a volcano from another nation, man. That smoke gonna be going up, and hey, other countries that benefited and got billions and millions and was making so much money from this place, they're gonna be upset. So standing afar off with the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour thy judgment is come. Right, so all it's gonna take for this place to go down, just 1 hour. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, scarlet, and all fine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, odors and ointments, and frankincense, wine, oil, fine flour, wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company of ships and sailors, and as many trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? So there you have it, man. There's a spirit of ambulance came by. Death is coming, man. Destruction is coming. Collapse is coming. We don't know what's going to happen based off of them selling all these stocks like this, but it is just one of many signs that something is coming soon. We don't know what day or hour, nobody knows, but we just know it's happening soon, more like soon, like as in this lifetime soon. Lord willing. So with that, Lord's will, lesson was edifying. I'm going to close out and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, to our truth and will. Salutations to you, hopefully, that person is truth and honest sincerity. Shalom.